Hello, everyone. Welcome, everyone who is noble of the world of Logris. Hi, I'm Eric. I'm your game master today, and then welcome everyone who also doesn't sit on a cushion. It's nice to see everyone here for episode 1, year 45 of Pendragon. Sorry we're getting started a little bit late. I had to go to a medical doctor's thing and got back a little bit later than I anticipated. But enough about me. Colin, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right, watching cats destroy my house bit by bit and loving them all the same. That's me. How about you, Jim?
I'm doing great. Not at all stressed out about a writing deadline this week. Not at all. Why would you ask? It's fine.
Really funny.
I am actually doing it. I'm really excited to jump into this.
Wonderful. How about you, Colin? Tell us who your knight is. Remind us and your most like highlighted virtues. Similarly for you, Jim.
Yes. Right. I'm playing Sir Gareth de Winterbourne Gunnet, which is a mouthful. They are known as the Hungry because they have a very high energetic trait. It's really hard for them not to want to do the thing. They are driven by some might say an excess of ambition, but they think it's just the right amount.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah. I'm playing Sir Irwin of Cholderton. I don't know if I have a fancy name yet. I might. And they are known. He's known for their being modest, satisfied with sort of his rung in the feudal ladder, and whereas his friend is energetic and ambitious. He's content to live the life of sort of, I see him as more romantic, even just adventure and chivalry. And right now, he's looking for a wife.
It makes sense that you don't have that epithet if you are the modest, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly. Understand? I'm from Cholderton.
We are the very most noble Cholderton.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Well, as promised, here's a little bit of some details about what's going on in the world, so we all jump in before we actually play. So our parents died in 477, and for the most part, those 12 years, things have not been great for the world of Britain writ large. Particularly, the Saxons, run mostly by a king by the name of Aelle. They're the Bretwalda of the Saxons. They've just got reinforced in the year 484. Let me just jump over to the map screen and show you all what's going on here. They landed over up north in Dira here. I'm going to zoom out to give you all a perspective of what's going on. Our game happens. Zoomed in too far. Our game happens down here in Salisbury. This is the big area that we are going to be playing in. But Saxons arrived in Dira and are reinforcing up in Malahut. I think that's how you pronounce it, Malahut. But the king of the Saxons is down here in Sussex, and they are making a good name for themselves. Remember, that's where Aelle is. Uther last year got his butt kicked at a battle, but rather than go back and lick his wounds, he is actually gathering pretty much an all-in play, as the rumors are saying, and that's kind of where the story is going to begin. So you've all heard rumors about various knights have been being called up to serve with Uther. You're not your parents or so, and you've been kind of waiting for your own time, waiting to be knighted for this. So you probably have heard back from a couple other of the older knights around this area. Mostly you get your news when you join together for feasts. Most notably, like around the Pentecostal feast. That's kind of like when most things get set up and squared away. So I think we're going to begin with the gearing up to the Pentecostal feast.
Yeah.
All right. So a couple things that's going to happen here is I want to know, going into this feast, it's expected that you all will be knighted at some point, and then in this coming year. You're not exactly sure when, but Earl Roderick would be the one knighting you all.
Mhm.
I want to know if anyone would be interested in perhaps wanting to arrive at the feast with maybe not just a gift, but maybe something that everyone could share in that could maybe also demonstrate your bravery. And what I mean by that is maybe some sort of hunted animal of some kind.
Hmm. Well, I am Sir Gareth the Hungry, so
Yeah.
It would be rude to arrive without a gift, and it would be rude, unchivalrous even, to arrive without something that we could share. So I think that a hunt is in order.
Okay.
absolutely.
Don't have to get other knights to drag your butts out here.
Oh no, modest that might be, but a hunt is thrilling, and we all enjoy it. So
Wonderful. Cool. So then I think what's going to happen here is it's not going to be just you all going on this hunt. I think it's going to be sort of a conglomeration of other known knights, and here are their names for your all's notes. Sir Bryant of Berwick of St. James, known for their chastity. Sir Fraid of Idmiston. Sir Fraid is the teacher's pet. And Idmiston, I don't have the map up for y'all, but Idmiston sits right between Cholderton and your spot here, Colin. Winterborn Garrett. It literally sits right in the middle. So I randomly rolled that. That's super good. And the last one here of note would be Sir Tinger of Winterborn Stoke. And Stoke is on the other side of Salisbury. There's a lot of Winterborns.
I had to look up what a Winterborn is.
yeah,
because I was wondering, I was like, how are they so they're very different places, but it just means
I thought it was a river.
It's a specific kind of winter. A bourne is a river over chalk, and a winterborn is where during the winter it basically freezes down below the chalk, so it's basically just chalky field, and then come summer, I think it all
thaws.
sort of comes up from the ground rather than comes down the actual river part.
Beautiful.
wow, English, huh?
All right.
Yeah, it means I've got really chalky land.
Oh, that's no good.
No, it's not.
So these are all places from in and around Salisbury. Yeah.
Correct. These are all manors around Salisbury. You can look at the handout and get maybe a gist of them. But for the most part, you can kind of expect them to be sort of what you expect. Sir Tinger is most notably indulgent. Sir Tinger has big captain of the football team energy. Okay. For sure. Okay.
All right.
That's great, and I've got that like shitty ambitious running back energy.
Yeah.
Like, give me the ball, coach.
Yeah. So I think this is happening is this is like in the couple weeks like before the Pentecostal feast, or maybe like the week before. People are kind of arriving, and you all kind of got there a little bit early, and you all thought it would be a fun little game to go. Who can get the biggest boar and bring back for the feast? Something
And
you
this
all
is-
squires would be doing.
This is in Sarum, or
Yeah, around
Okay.
Sarum.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think people are going to be splitting off. I think, I think Sir Tinger might. Let's start here. Sir Tinger would be willing to be like, so imagine you all. It's a foggy, cloudy, misty, muggy day. This is like late April in England, so kind of chilly, real muggy. You all are getting your little horses in order. I think probably not like a charger or anything like that, but just like a rouncer. Everyone's kind of getting mounted up, and you all have been, you got permission to do this stuff, so that's not the issue here. But Sir Tinger is kind of wondering, what would be real fun about this if we put some real meat in this game. He looks at everyone here, and Sir Bryant's not sure what Tinger has in store, but Sir Tinger suggests maybe a wager.
Of what sort?
Well, I think the most obvious thing to do would be at the feast. We're gonna split up into teams, and one of the losers of each team will have to praise the glory of the winner and how noble they are in front of everyone.
Wow. I mean, that sounds. I'll take the bet.
I think so. I think that stirs in me both eagerness to win and an eagerness to hear you talk, which is more rare, I think.
Oh, well, shall we drink on it? And he pulls out a little flask. Yeah, Tinger comes packing with some wine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. All right, he knows how a hunt goes.
Yeah.
This is good.
Sure.
Let's get
Nice.
toasty and then attack pigs.
So I should be more clear when he says he comes with wine. He goes and brings out little flasks for everybody.
Okay.
Yeah,
Little hunting horns full of wine.
absolutely.
All right.
I'm about that. I'm
Cool.
about getting a little toasty on this chilly day.
Yeah. To lift our
Let's
spirits.
just fortify yourself.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. You know, it's just it's for fun. A little bit of a little drinky drink before a little hunty hunt.
What could go wrong?
Oh. Cool.
All right.
Awesome. So I think what's going to happen here then is I think the three of them, in the interest of time, they're going to go split off and go together, and you two are going to go split off and go together.
Okay.
Okay. Incidentally, you two get put together. I think maybe both of you have a combination for a loathing of Sir Frayed and how goody they are.
Mm.
A little bit.
Sir Frayed kind of. Sir Frayed definitely partakes in the wine. It doesn't necessarily like condemn Tinger, you know, for like how dare you do kind of the stuff you need a keen wit and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're all pretty young and hormonal enough that this sounds like a great idea.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. Awesome then.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Cool. So then you guys split off sort of like a Y from the stables. Some of them taking the northern parts of the woods here, and some take the southern. Do anyone in particular? Do you care?
Well, let's see.
I'm thinking Gareth is thinking out loud as he's riding.
Yes.
Sure.
He's like, what a curious wager, right? That the loser should praise the winner as though it's not the godly thing to do to offer such words of praise at such praiseworthy deeds.
Certainly,
what must he think of us?
Perhaps.
And just like getting it worked in his head that like he must think we're kind of shitty. That's his wager. Like Colin knows that this is a totally innocent wager, but Gareth is
kind of like, I mean, really like make a fool of yourself in the form of like, oh, this person is so great,
great.
Clear, like it's supposed to look like a punishment, like everyone in the party is going to have to laugh at you like you lost the bet, you know?
Okay.
Like it's not that everyone knows a bet, but everyone kind of like, yep, okay, this is what the squire's got to do because they messed up, right?
Sure.
Like that's what I mean by it, right? It's not just like a chip, good job, but it's got to be this sort of, like it's supposed to feel very humiliating, and where so far as like, yeah, you're going over the top to cheer this person, right? It's not enough. Like you could be totally honest about it, but like this is supposed to be beyond, like almost like as a joke. Like, yep, like you are, and like really like gloat, right, about this person.
I was going to see whether this inspired my character's honor passion, which is at an 18, so that's something that Gareth cares deeply about.
Yeah. It's questionably honorific, right?
Yeah.
But is it also not honorific to even like take a bet like this to begin with?
I mean, I don't think the bet's been made.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily
a wager.
Godly. Yeah, I don't think this was a pious act.
No,
but I think he feels like his honor's at stake here. That, yeah.
Fair. So as you all venture in the woods,
are you like? Is this something that that you're just sort of like thinking out loud about?
Oh yeah, Gareth isn't someone who generally keeps their thoughts in their mouth.
Yeah. You mean honor is this is a small thing, and if we have to, we have to make a fool of ourselves for some laughs and our Lord's favor, then perhaps that's all right. And honor is satisfied in the service.
So are you calling on your honor here? Where so far as like, I think the interesting part of failure would be if you call on your honor and you fail, you'll be kind of driven to be like, well, I'm just gonna have to win, you know,
Mm.
to the part where I don't have to worry about it because I'm just gonna be the winner.
Yeah. I think this is in fitting with Gareth's general flaws here.
Yeah, right. You still call on your honor, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That alternatively, it could be that you might be a little bit mistrustful of Sertinger going forward, or maybe anyone in that group. Like why are they thinking so bad of me? What's wrong with them?
I think he's going to
to
take it very personally. I think.
Let's go to the dice.
All right.
But you
there.
Okay. Well, you do succeed with an 8.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So you're good. Yeah. There's nothing else at stake in terms of like a bonus to it or anything like that. Cool. So solid 8. You're able to call on it, and so you get your normal +5 for hunting. So which of you two thinks who's going to take charge here for this hunting part?
Ooh, I am not so great at hunting.
I think because I got the +5, that makes me. I didn't put any points in, but that's a 7.
Are you like a natural like leader right now, Colin? Like, you know, you're like the one who kind of went ahead. Sorry, I should call you Garrett.
I think, yeah, maybe not natural in that he is naturally good at leading, but it's not even a question in his head. He just does it.
Jim, is it more that Sir Erwin is kind of a natural good follower?
I mean, he certainly
modest,
is.
Right?
He's modest, supportive. Like listen, every Augustus needs their Agrippa. And that is how he sees himself, right? That's his, yeah.
I like the idea that this isn't something either men talked about. This is just the natural consequence of who they are. Like, Gareth doesn't think about whether or not he's been asked to take charge. He just does it. And Erwin knows like that he is best at being slightly behind and to the right of someone else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, go ahead and roll. This is opposed to my boar roll. And
steadfast and loyal.
I did roll a 1, which
So
is
I'm rolling
pretty dang good.
less than 7. Oh no.
Okay, you fail. So I think what the failure looks like here is not like the classic gets lost in the woods and stuff like that. I think instead I think I'm gonna play with the wine here a little bit, introduced earlier. I think what's gonna happen is as you guys are walking around, you guys are getting thirsty, and it's taking more time to find this boar than you wish. Like, you started to find some of the tracks here, and you're gonna have to start drinking some more of this wine. And this wine tastes very good.
Yeah, almost too good.
Yeah. So I think, can you all test your temperance for me?
Ooh.
Where's that?
So that is 13 for me.
Is that a success or?
That's a success for me. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. No modifier. Might be a success. Yeah, 4.
We're drinking and hunting boars, episode 1, y'all.
Come on.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, all right. So you guys are fine. You don't end up imbibing too much for now. The wine is quite good though. And then that's when we will come across the sounds of I think by and large with you all, imagine there's probably extra people around, with the dogs and stuff like that, right, on this proper hunt.
Yeah, our squires.
Yeah,
probably. Who I should probably give a name.
We'll get to it. Don't worry about it. Technically, you're still squires.
Oh right, we don't have squires. You're right. Yeah.
This is just the rest of
just
like Earl Roderick, some game warden men, peasant type people around helping you out with the dogs and stuff like that, And yeah, cool. All right, so then you're just not gonna get any benefit here going against this boar. Okay. So then the dogs start woo 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 woo, like all the beagles and everything start screaming. You hear kind of the sounds and thrashing of the oinks of the boar, as you all will start to convene on it. So you're not going to get any sort of surprise against the boar with a fail for
Okay.
the hunter, but you will get to it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually fight this boar.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Is this? I confess, not a lot of knowledge about boar hunting, especially
Spears.
in
Spears,
spears.
dogs, and spears.
You're on horse.
So it'd be lance.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I was wondering if like you have to get off the horse to fight the boar or not.
I combined boar and tusks, so I kind of got orc in there. No, I'm sorry about that.
Orc. Yep.
Boar tusk.
Orcs.
Okay. So you declare your intention, right? Probably attacking it.
Yep. Put the spurs to my horse and lower the lance.
Yeah. Okay. So what's going to happen is you're going to be getting a +5 to this roll because you're above.
Okay.
You're seated on horse, and the board's going to have -5 to its roll because it's underneath.
Okay.
You.
So
that confers to you as well, Jim.
Okay.
I think I auto succeed then because I can't roll lower than 20.
Yeah. Then I think you're right. Well, then let's just see what happens for the damage and stuff. Let's see here.
Yeah.
It does have to roll. So it's a d20 -5.
There's the damage. No, wait. Is that? Oh, you roll your horse's damage when you are.
It should
on
be.
horseback.
Yeah, it should be about 66 or 46.
46. Yep.
Just like a sword.
I feel like there's some other bonus for charging that I'm not thinking, but.
Okay. Well, good thing that you're on a horse and that because it misses you.
I rolled terribly.
Yeah. Cool. So then go ahead and do your damage to it as you run by, grabbing with your lance. Oh, I guess ride by, I should say.
Yeah.
You did how much damage? 9 to it?
I did 9 damage to the boar. So
okay.
Didn't strike true. It probably dug
did
into its flank a bit.
You did go through its.
Pissed it off.
Yeah, you pissed it off. It's still up and going.
All right.
Only 5 damage is not gonna be enough.
Oof.
All right. Sir Irvin will take a.
You're gonna need. Based on the effort of that strike, this boar is mightily ferocious. You're gonna be looking at maybe 5 more strikes like that if you want to take it down.
Oof. Right.
I'll just try and roll better.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea here.
I'll just do better.
Sir Irwin.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. And this is with the +5.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, 1.
There we go. There we go. 1. And then
a natural 20 would be a fumble. So it's a good thing to roll 1 in this game.
Nice.
Where so far as it's a success.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And then I have damage at 5.
It's 6.
Is
yeah,
that...
but then it's got to roll itself here. Okay, I fumble, so you're fine. Or I don't critically fumble, but yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
And I just rolled my regular damage off the sheet.
Yeah. I think it's trying to go after you, Colin, and so it misses. Nice, 14.
Ones. Yeah, 14.
So that's. It's getting.
Get the dogs.
Yeah. Right. So I think there's a moment here where it's going to begin to try to run and get kind of more into the vines and burrows and stuff away from you. And as you guys kind of circle around, and there's a sort of interlude moment as you all get set up for your next strikes. Right. So the combat keeps happening. It's just that fictionally it tries to get into a burrow. The dogs kind of drive it out again, and you all kind of circle around for the next go around.
Okay. Yeah. Is this are we able to wheel and set up another charge, or do we have? Okay.
Okay. We won't have to dismount.
You know what? Make a hunting check for me.
Oh no.
Actually, that makes a lot of sense, right? So it kind of goes underground. It comes back, and if you succeed at this hunting check, which you should have, maybe let's say you should have an additional +5 to it because you already found it and you caught up to it and stuff.
It's a solid no on that one.
Oof.
All right. Well, it succeeds then. Then no, it dives too far into the brush and stuff. You're gonna have to dismount
All right.
That's fine. I think I actually deal more damage with my sword.
Okay, but this
I'm
is
gonna bring a spear.
I'm not very happy about. Gareth doesn't give
Yeah.
a fuck, but
All
Colin
right.
is aware that this is not ideal.
All right.
Right.
So yeah, if he sees
This is-
if he sees a go for a sword, I'm definitely bringing both 2 spears.
Just to set the scene here,
Right.
right? This is like that thin layer of mist on the ground everywhere, that gentle fog. The sounds of the woods are overwhelming. Thorny brambles and stuff just cover the entire undergrowth, and small shrubs are just, it's a super verdant forest. And so like running through here like with a horse, yeah, it's just there's no way. You're gonna have to go on foot and start like kind of hacking your way. Boars really love to dive and dig into these types of terrain, and it sucks. It really sucks to chase them, but you know, boar meat's really good, and this is why it's such a heroic thing and a nice treat to have.
Yes.
Right? Okay, cool.
Excellent strategy of driving it into the briars so that we might further prove our honor.
You have a way, Sir Ewan, of making even my follies sound purposeful.
Oh.
Cool.
Oh,
All right, we go again.
let's go.
So, sword. I don't think there's any particular benefit to two-handing a bastard, an arming sword, but I am good with a sword, which I.
But now you're fighting it kind of on its turf. And
Yeah.
it's not gonna.
Yeah.
There's no more -5s here. Okay.
Ooh, crit.
Yeah, that's a crit. Is that also a crit? A 15? Is your sword a
critted.
15?
Yeah.
Okay. I also crit with the boar with the tusks of
Oh
18.
no!
Does that shatter? I don't know what happened. Does that shatter your sword?
No,
Or-
swords are disarmed.
Because it's a tie. Right.
Right.
Okay, cool. So on a perfect, that's all right. So I wasn't sure if it breaks on a tie or if it's disarmed. Swords are disarmed. Awesome. So what we see here is, do we both end up doing damage, or is it just a disarm?
Oh god.
Because I thought
this is
crit
one of those
versus
edge
crit.
cases.
I know. I'm pretty sure crit versus crit means that it just counts as a miss for both, but it's in a bad way where you're disarmed or swords break.
Right.
Sorry, y'all. Like normally the combat. This is literally the one combat case where like I don't need to know that. When's that gonna happen? It's literally like the first one.
It's literally the first one.
So yeah,
okay.
so we individually crit each other.
If both roll the same,
Is the higher succeed? I don't think it's the higher.
it is resolved as a tie.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. And
That's it.
this is essentially the same as if both had failed, but if one combatant's weapon is a sword and the other's is not, the sword breaks the other weapon.
Right. That's right. Yeah. So in this, can you break the tusks?
I don't know.
I'm kind of cool with that. That fictionally makes sense to me,
Yeah.
right?
Like
Okay.
I just ripped one of its tusks out with my it charges me,
Yeah.
and Gareth like swings and manages to wedge his sword like in its mouth, and he just levers it down, and the tusk pops out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I guess the only thing that would be fair would be like I'm gonna say that future it does half damage, right?
All right.
Doesn't have tusks anymore.
All right. That
Yeah.
works for
I mean,
me.
it's still a boar and it's still like a body and stuff, and it still can mess you up.
Did
But,
Erwin attack?
No.
Yeah, I don't think
This
I
is the
was
next
next
one.
So, yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
It goes all in against you, so it doesn't have anything
Oh.
against you, Orwin.
So I
Oh.
will like dance around to the side, and I'm trying to get its lungs or something and just drive the spear all the way through it if I can.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Here we go. No modifiers.
It's splitting its skill between you both, and it's not great.
Oh, no good. That is a miss.
Oh, okay. It's too deep. I think maybe Colin, Gareth has jumped too far like ahead, and you just hear the sounds of this fighting, and
Trying to get into
and Erwin, you're like, hang on, I'm coming, and awesome. Cool. So we continue.
Yes.
Gareth, you're probably all muddy and bloody.
Mm-hmm.
This boar basically on top of you. it's gonna keep 10 against you this time.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to call on, or
No. Right now,
misses?
I can't call on my hatred of Saxons, but I
No.
might gain a hatred of pigs.
Yeah, or yeah. That's totally possible. I miss.
All right, and I hit, so I do full damage.
Yes.
I hate that they split the damage onto the first page. That feels
That's
chunkier.
a good.
That's
a good
better
chunky
hit.
17 points of damage.
Yeah.
That's going to be a major wound to it. So, I mean, if it rolls a 20, it will. I don't think it can be knocked over with a major wound.
I think chat
No.
has the right of it. This is a Saxon pig. Gareth is convinced.
Yeah. Cool. So then.
Saxon pig.
Nope, okay. So it's not. Yeah, it's definitely bleeding. You get it a good slash in its side. But it's squealing, and now it's just gonna basically fight to the death here. Erwin.
Yeah.
That's when you show up.
So I can't really see
follow
what's
the
going
blood.
on. Following the blood, I'm worried about my friend who seems, it's possible to draw on my loyalty to make sure that my friend does not make, put himself in danger. Or is that more loyalty to my liege?
It's more, it's more to your lord.
Gotcha. Well, then in that
Love
case,
of family.
That's for
Am I
that's for
family to
Roderick.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. If I don't have any passion, that's fine. I will continue onward. But I was curious about that. So, all right.
This is where you can start making one.
Gotcha. All right, here we go. Let's try this again. Oh, no. All right. This might be. I think he's probably going to throw down his spear if he sees the swords are out.
Yeah.
This is very much great rolling for D&D, but
yes, yeah,
right. Well, then out of nowhere you hear the shadows and the hoof steps because the boar is gonna come. But also rolls a 16. So nope, you just see it run around in the shadows, and you're just fighting things in the mist and the dark around you and the brambles around.
There were so many boar.
30 to 50 wild boars charging your property.
It's a modest liar. There was 2 of them.
Okay. One more round.
All right.
I think it'll be one more round.
Yeah.
Right,
let's put this boar down.
Let's do it.
Skills. Sword. It didn't even actually occur to Garrett. Oh no. That's a miss.
That's a miss?
That's a miss.
Okay. Well, it's doing the same thing as last time. 10 to you, 8 to Erwin. Okay.
No.
That's a crit. So you lose it. It's a moment where you're in this bramble and you're looking around, you're breathing, and just out of nowhere.
I hear Erwin and I'm like, Sir Erwin, I shall call this pig ale after that bloody Saxon, and that's when the poor blindsides.
Oh boy.
Oh,
so that means, good news though, it's not doing the normal crit damage. Instead, it's just doing halved times 2, so it's just doing its regular damage to you. That could be a lot worse to you, Colin.
It could be a lot worse.
But it's also a boar.
It's also a boar.
14 points of damage to you.
Okay, so I think
your armor
chainmail is 8, and then a shield is 2, but I don't have my shield.
I don't know. Do you? Probably not.
I would not be carrying my shield into a big fight.
Yeah. So that's 6.
That's 6. That's fine. Less than my major wounds, so I just take a nasty cut.
Well, no, I think what it looks like more, because it's not a major wound, is that it really just barrels into you and just trips you, and you just land back on your feet into one of those little mucky mist piles that you would see out of the dark crystal in some woods, And you just stand up, right? All covered in the mist and the fog and the dirt, and you're just,
Paddling.
you're looking around you're looking for your sword, right, for a moment, where it fell in the mist, as it tries to scurry out. And I think it's going to try to get away, right?
All right. I'm not without something.
But Erwin, you have a chance to try to get it here with the spear.
Let's do it. All right. I've thrown my spear away after 2 times of missing at it, and I resolved to get better at it once this is all over. But swords it is.
There you go.
That would have been a crit with your spear.
I know, right? It would have been a crit.
It runs by you. Yeah, it's not really interested in hitting you, but you get a solid strike into it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and normally boars attack for an additional round after you incapacitate it. But I think 22 damage is a hell of a lot.
That's a lot.
All
right.
Yeah. So you basically just get it right in its side, right, and you bring it down. Let's see here. Let me even or odd. Let's do even, or let's do odd. Yep. Okay. Nope. Yeah. As you're done, as like there's no way this thing's still alive, it lashes out at you in one like boar death throw as boars do.
It's good. It's another.
All right, I will get you for 7, which I think it just is your armor.
Yeah.
Cool. So no actual damage. Yeah, it just one last like death thrash at you before collapsing.
Ferocious creatures. That was a thrilling hunt.
That's 15. Also, Colin, you got a crit, so mark your sword.
Oh, hell yeah.
That was a sword, right? Not your lance.
Yes.
Yeah.
The lance was
for the winter phase. So Jim, we never mentioned it going into it, but anytime you get a crit with a skill, you mark it for the winter phase, where you roll to see if its experience goes up or down with it.
Cool.
Additionally, when Eric asks us to test things, be they passions or traits, if we succeed on that test, like him just asking us to roll is different from a test.
Yes,
gotcha.
The test will begin to move. Like we passed our temperate test, so we become more temperate.
Yeah,
gotcha. Or we can become more. I forget.
Yeah, I think it's kind of discretionary. But,
okay.
I think I will offer that test for you.
Okay.
There'll be additional times today for offering for temperance. We're getting ready to go to a feast, right? This was the lead up. This was the prelude to the feast, right?
Certainly.
But yeah, no, both of you were able to bring down this very big boar. It's a very, very big boy.
Excellent. Well, we'll call the pages over and have them truss it up. And
yeah. It's supposed to be your all's job, but that's fine.
Oh, I see.
Do you want to convince? Do you think the pages are more knowledgeable than you? Do you want to convince them to do it?
I mean, I've seen someone do it before, but if it's my job, then I will do it. I'm not gonna have.
I think.
Would you want to convince them to do it?
I wouldn't convince them. I just thought that's why they're here.
I think Gareth wants to make a little fake circlet of leaves or vines for it, and he's actually going to call this the Saxon King Boar.
Oh, that's funny. Look what you found in the woods.
Yeah. Someone tell Uther we've slain ale.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, then 1 second. Let me just do a quick hunting roll for their other party here. They have a 14. Let's see what happens. Okay. They succeed. And then let's see. I think they also had the. You know what, Colin? I think that idea is so damn good. I think it'd be funny. I think they have the same idea as you, and they dress their boar in the same way. And then all of a sudden, it's really awkward. But okay. This is gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna have to be have to go to a tiebreaker when you bring them back.
All right.
Okay, because they succeeded at both. If they would have failed one of them, it would have been different. But no, they succeed both, just like you. So what's going to happen here is, it's not going to be Earl Roderick who's going to have to convince people. I don't know. I think there's the point where the 5 of you reconvene. Later, like, and there still hasn't been a deciding who wins factor here. We didn't know how to break a tie.
Observe the wounds on our boar. Clearly, it's a more epic fight than 3 versus 2.
Sir Erwin, as always, you have the right of it. But why not? Why not? If none of us have won, then we have all lost together. And come the feast, each of us will parrot in our loudest and most braggadocio voice the glories of one another.
I think there's no other better display of camaraderie and chivalry than that.
Are we not all knights of Salisbury, after all?
A joyous occasion.
I think that seems like that's very just of you. But I think you have to compare. I think you need to do a conflict test with yourself. That seems pretty just. But I mean, I think you need to do against your proud because you worked your ass off for this boar.
Against my proud makes sense. Yeah. Okay. What is my proud? My proud is 7. So
Whichever one's the highest. So you have like this internal conflict.
okay. So so my proud is 7, and does that mean I'm testing modesty?
No, you're rolling proud, and you're also rolling just, and whichever is the highest is the one that wins out, and that's what that goes through.
Okay. Well, the pride got a 1.
Okay.
So if I roll better than a 1 on this, 13,
unless you fail.
Oh, I did fail. Oh no, I failed just.
So your proud does. So your proud supersedes here.
Yeah. Oh no.
So then you say, like, on second thought.
Yeah, I go.
But I did win.
But we did arrive here first with the boar. And so perhaps my voice will be slightly softer than yours when we are embarrassing ourselves.
Awesome. I think Tinger takes offense to this the most, and Sir Frade is also a little bit like, I don't know, that doesn't sound right. I kind of like the idea we all should be equal here. And Tinger's like, no, you know what? No, we're not doing it that way. And he looks at you and brings it, and Tinger just is covered with flasks. He's got extra flasks on him, and he's like, nope, drinking contest right now.
Not before
who finished before the feast. You and I. Who finishes the flask first?
Do not make a fool of yourself.
This is a foolish thing to do. Yeah, but
so Owen, if I finish this flask, I shall be a fool of myself. But if I fail, I shall likewise be a fool of myself. He has cornered me, and
then
like that cornered
failed and
boar,
sober, then failed and drunk.
Ooh, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm gonna roll temperance real quick. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. I don't want to get drunk on my knighting day.
Fingers are already drunk.
Yeah, I think Gareth has just been. He blinked. I think he blinked.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah.
Okay. So
he wants to, but then Sir Erwin saying like, "Don't get drunk." He's like, but I want to beat him. But you're right. I'm not even a knight yet.
Let our Lord decide. He is the rightful tiebreaker in this situation.
No. We don't need to bring our Earl into this. For we all know the stock that comes from Winterborn Gunnet.
Ooh.
Just what basically just calling you out, like for what your father and stuff did, right? Of course you back down.
I turn to Erwin, say,
he does like, let's go, boys.
You are the right of it. A drunk hound is of no use to anyone, Erwin. But if you strike a dog, does it not bite? My gods, my teeth already, Erwin.
Tinger's actually getting a little upset now. He's like, unless you want to go.
If you walk away,
you want to have a little toss.
Then he reveals himself to be unfit for our Lord's trust.
Yeah.
And here
he
again,
feels hurt. You rejected his challenge, right? So he's like lashing out. Yeah, of course you did, wuss.
Yeah. See, and now we're getting into
unless you want to fight.
Why did I put 18 in honor? Because I thought it was like, oh, I'm going to be able to tag this for bonuses all day. And now I'm thinking I am kind of stuck.
It's actually an anchor.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, he's throwing your family down the well here a little bit, you know.
Owen.
Unless you want to toss.
Owen. Many men rise above petty insults, but we Winterborn Gunnet, we remain. And I'm gonna turn and throw down with Tinger.
All right. So if you wanted to throw down, you could boast your way out of this, and that's kind of like the oh snap, great comeback kind of thing, or we could actually fight, and just have just a punch to punch kind of thing, and the first person who lands a pretty solid punch is gonna win.
Punch.
Doing the punches.
Doing the punches.
Okay. Sir Frey's going to step into this. Actually, Sir Frey needs to test their honor. See what's going on here. Okay, shit. Yep. Okay, Sir Frey's going to step in, and he's like, "No, come on. Let's clearer heads should prevail." And Sir Frey makes a pretty impassioned, pithy thing to be like, let's not look like complete idiots and all scrapped up when we're getting knighted, right? Let's save this for after.
For after.
We have all night. Yeah. Right? I don't think he can stop the fight, but he can stop it until after the feast.
Yeah.
I shall not forget the slight, but neither shall I sully our good day.
Yes.
Nice.
For now. And Gareth is just gonna turn and just flick the little crown off of his boar. Be like, fine. Like, fuck you. This was a good joke when I came up with it. Bullshit.
Cool.
Yes.
You all gathered or garnered a little bit of attention from this kind of like shtick from the whispering wallflowers that linger around the castle.
The help.
No, as in like some fellow stewards, ladies, everyone around here that's kind of saw you all throw down and now have a little bit of a better impression of you going into the feast.
Okay.
So each of you win 15 glory for the boar, and I was gonna say you would probably get a point of glory for winning with bringing up that just thing, but your pride did win out.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it so much. Where you're like, no, you know what? I think the only fair thing is that we all lost, except except deep down I did win though.
Yeah, like
super real.
Let's be real about it. Fuck, and this is a great example of like the system going, don't forget who your character is on the sheet. Colin wanted to have that moment, but that's not really who Gareth is.
Erwin, do you resist the chance now that things have calmed down? Like, Gareth, you kind of went over the line there, like saying like you had a good idea and then you couldn't hold, with your modesty.
I think something like that. He's not particularly forgiving, but he is generous. I'm assuming that's in more the material sense.
It's definitely material.
And still fairly valorous, but I do think he can't help but just, we could have avoided the whole situation if you'd simply gone with your original proposal. We would all equally been humiliated, and in the camaraderie, there would have been honor.
Test your modesty, and if you want to use your honor to raise that, you totally can too, right? Because you're calling on your honor and stuff like that.
Sure.
Like,
let's do that.
Like, if you really wanted to improve your families and like your house kind of thing, like, when they called you out like that, you should have rose above it. And
Oh, that's a good point.
Or something like that.
Right? Yeah, it's just saying like,
So like multiple steps along, like what just kind of transpired of you kind of like being the cooler head and what should have been done. And let's see how if you want to use your honor here, I think that would make sense.
I think doing that, and maybe something along the lines of like, your father was his own man, Gareth, and we both have a chance to win better names for ourselves, but we have to be careful. We have so little and so much to gain. And he,
Roll that. And Gareth, what's your house's words again?
We remain.
So when I tap into my honor, how is
spending
of it, or what's the?
You roll it.
Okay, good.
So you roll it just like a skill, but if it works and you get if you succeed, you get a +5.
Gotcha.
If you crit it, you get a +10. Yeah. Okay. So you get a +5 to this check.
Nice.
So this is obviously testing your modesty.
Mm-hmm. So this will push my modesty to 21.
Right. So basically, you're gonna crit.
Okay.
If you roll a 20, you crit.
16.
16. Okay. That would have been if it was on my unadjusted modesty.
Yeah.
But,
well, that works though. Okay,
Sweet.
Yeah, I know, right? You would have actually. That's a really good point of the system. And you're like, oh, well, I actually would have been better if I wouldn't have done that. But yeah, no, you're certainly modest. But I leave it up to Gareth how they receive it. But like you objectively do put out a good case here.
Yeah, and Gareth recognizes that, and he's not arguing with you. He's expressing himself to one of the few people he feels able to.
Yeah.
And he says, as always, your wisdom is clear, but God above Erwin, I am condemned to what paltry honor my father vested with me, or to gamble it and lose. You tell me, with so much to gain, I have nothing to lose. The Winterborn Gunnets, we are oft unbefitting as the chalk that our manor rests on.
I understand. Warded at your father's manor was an instruction, to be sure, but we have such promise, and we can win and show them who is the better man through our deeds, and not when the worst parts of ourselves get the better of us.
An oath, Owen. And Gareth's gonna draw out his sword and stick it down into the dirt and say, an oath now. We as brothers rise together. What our fortunes may be for one, let them be like for the other. And let what our love is spread to each family alike.
Would that all knights shared our bond.
Nice. Yeah, totally. Let's do the passion. Let's do it. Let's do a you want to do what is this? A loyalty to each other? Loyalty to you.
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 3d6.
I think so.
Roll 3d6 for both of you, and that would be your new passion to call upon.
Nice.
Assuming that you went with the oath, like you kind of swore to each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like ride or die bros.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, don't worry. Those are plenty of things to call upon. That may be good or bad. So that would be loyalty, Sir Gareth, loyalty, Erwin, respectively. That's cool. Cool. So then, in the interest of time, you all get ready. I think we're gonna actually have to skip some of the feast stuff just for the interest of the game time.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not gonna draw cards and do the whole appearance checks. Actually, no. Roll your appearance anyways. Let's just see how it goes for you all.
We're so pretty though.
Right.
Yeah. Roll your appearances just to see what it's like. To see.
Oof.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, so close.
That's good. Good job, Erwin. You are certainly sitting well, sitting high and mighty. Okay. Yeah. So none of you crit and are seated close to the high table, but you all are going to be near the salt, I believe is the term.
Nice.
Okay. Cool. If you want to quickly do, rather than draw the cards, would any of you like to be gossiping, intriguing, or flirting during this sort of nightly feast?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Erwin is specifically looking for a wife that he's ready to start laying his foundation, as it were.
Okay, cool. So just for everyone who plays this game, you want to know that the first course is an almond omelet, followed by capon pastries and chips.
Nice.
Excellent.
I think Gareth is not going to flirt, even though he has the same objective, like wants a wife or a spouse. I want to intrigue. Gareth is unconcerned with how good a conversationalist, interesting, pretty, none of these matter to him. He cares about how good the match will be. And so I think he wants to put out feelers rather than like make a personal connection. He wants to make another, like a family connection.
Yeah, totally.
Sell himself.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Cool. But let's start with Erwin. Okay, Jim?
Mm-hmm.
So you roll flirting.
Let's do it.
Right. So this is somewhere between the courses. You're all having a good time. All right. You fail. So here's what happens. It's not that you find a wife. It's that there is somebody who catches your eye here, but clearly someone else. You have a competitor for their
Okay.
suitor.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna give you a quick selection of some people that
Yeah.
are interesting to you. Okay.
Let's do it.
Lady Arwen, or Adwen, I should say. She's a beautiful daughter of Sir Bless. They were killed last year at the battle that Uther got his butt kicked at, but I don't remember the name of it. Her holdings with you, it would make you a banneret and a rich knight. So that's a really good deal. But it makes perfect sense that they're all highly sought after.
Sure.
Lady Elaine is perhaps the most beautiful here. Her first husband was killed by a rival lover. And then they were killed. They were hung for murder. She's rich, and that's all I'm going to say about it unless you learn more about her.
Sure. Intriguing.
Yeah. There is Lady Grade. Lady Grade is the second handmaiden to Countess Ellen. She's the heiress of 2 manors. And she's been having the real unlucky chance that everyone who suits her ends up dying in battle. Like, she's like 0 for 4 right now. So some would say she's really unlucky. Bishop Roger has actually stepped in and has written that she's not unlucky. This is by the Roman Church has declared she is not unlucky.
She's not unlucky. Well,
Okay.
She got a dispensation then. All right. So I think like as a player, I know who I would pick, but I think I know Erwin is probably. I think he's looking for someone he's compatible with. That's partly why he would be flirting. He wants, to him, having a wife who has a good head on her shoulders, who's a good stewardess of the manor, that's important. But also someone that he can stand to be with for however long is not like off his radar. I think he's still young and
look at
romantic
you
as well.
Look at you trying to marry for love, like a
Look
loser.
at this, like a loser, like just a pure loser.
Instead of see, the most really the question you're supposed to ask me is, how many domains do they have?
Right, yes,
That's
exactly.
really the only thing
I'm
that
literally
matters.
thinking, I'm like,
that's the only
how
thing that
many
matters.
manors?
How many manors? How many
Four
manors?
husbands? Really?
So,
4 husbands?
Don't tell me about their life story. How many manors?
Yes, yeah. I do, but I think there is I like the story of the last one. The had needed the letter for unluck to be declared not, and maybe during the course of the feast that what was her name again?
Grade.
That she would catch Erwin's eye as just maybe sort of like not a challenge, because I don't think that's how he thinks, but like
Has he?
This is the Manor of Durnford, by the way.
Durnford?
Does Erwin like saving people? Is this part of his larger thing with like? Not just sort of a behind the scenes guy. He likes being the one to come in and fix or save or support.
He would never admit it. That's sort of a prideful thing for him, but he certainly pursues it, maybe unconsciously. I can see.
Awesome.
And yeah.
Oh well, this is perfect then. This is where I know where this is going to start, and this is the part of your failed flirting role. Sir Frayed likes Lady Grade, just, and knows that you have a kind spirit. So sometime at the party, your rival suitor asks you for advice. What do you do?
He would be taken off guard.
Like I know a little bit that you're a singer, right? Or you're a writer?
Singer.
You're a singer, right?
Yeah.
I've heard it said that the one who sings prays twice. You have such a knack for these things, and I am so lost when it comes to the affairs of the heart. I feel like you just have everything together. That you don't hide behind your mind, but I think your modesty gives you a sense of wisdom. Or when I need that wisdom, he puts a hand on your shoulder. I need this. I really, really like her. Not in just like I need it for manners or my glory, but like, there's something about her,
Do I get the sense that he's messing with me?
No.
Like, because I get the sense.
Do you want to? You want to be suspicious of him? You want to roll suspicious?
I think. Well, I want to know.
And I think that's
for
rolling
me.
suspicious. I think
It might
the
be
answer is
God,
suspicious.
So
Is this person
excited,
literally playing
Eric.
with you? Yeah. Well, no, I
Yeah.
just realized how this is gonna go, and you just gave me the
Sure.
answer, and that was
Yeah.
that was a genuine moment of like, yay, Pendragon, the system. You're telling me what to do right now. Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
You're like,
'cause
is this
he
person
He's like,
lying to me?
He's lying to me.
Roll
This doesn't
suspicious.
seem like Sir Frey.
If you succeed at the suspicious, then the answer is that you're not lying, and you can read through it. But you failed.
Gotta fail.
I think he is rough. I think he is playing. You think that he's doing this to rub it into your face. You take this as a huge slight, and that this is not genuine, and that that based on earlier today and everything, it just seems like he saw you eyeing her, and now they're just taking that as a dagger and just stabbing it right into your heart, just crushing you right.
Yes, I appreciate the kind
Like, are you like
words.
white knuckling right now? Like under
He
this,
is.
you know,
He's
like this is it's right in their face. They're like they're clearly been drinking a little bit, you know, like their face is red. No, like Sir Freyd's like face is red from the wine, and it's just like, look, man, she's so cute. Her eyes are like the stars. I don't know if I can be without her, man. Like, what? I don't want to lose this. I'm not gonna throw this away. Tell me what to do, man.
I'm afraid that I am.
Give me your favorite
not gonna
song.
Be any assistance to you today, Sir Frey.
Roll.
My advice would be a poor fitting for you, I think.
That sounds like what someone who's really modest would do it. Can you roll modesty? But can you roll -5 to it because of the situation? Because you're fucking
he's
white
sort of
knuckling
like,
right now.
Yeah. All right, so that'll make it 11.
Yeah.
10.
Okay, you eat it. You're good. You succeed.
Mm-hmm.
You swallow your pride here, and you're like, I'm sorry.
He's not.
And you're not. I'm not gonna cry.
He's not, but he has now resolved himself to be the victor in this. And this is one of those things where when Erwin resolves to win, he keeps it secret. That he sort of feels guilty about it.
I mean, explicitly, this is a directed trait that you just earned.
Mm-hmm.
You just earned suspicious of Sir Freyd.
Nice. Okay. So
that means
roll 3d6.
Roll 3d6.
I'm sorry, 2d6. 2d6 for this. It might
And
go up later, but this is
a modifier to suspicious when dealing with Frey.
Yes.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Anytime. It doesn't have to be necessarily suspicious, as in like when it is. This is just you do have a genuine I don't trust this dude anymore.
Sure.
Right. It's the wrong slash. Slash. Well, R and slasher.
There we go.
Right.
The way
I think that sounds right. 6. Oh. Okay. 11.
This is the newbie way.
That's really bad.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
That's really bad. As in like
you're.
No, I mean this makes perfect sense. Why it's so high.
Why would he
this
come
isn't
to me like that?
A directed. Sorry. No,
he's just like going off on it.
Yeah, like by yourself, like after he leaves and stuff. It's like, oh, that's cool, man. I get it. Well, this is happening then. Yeah, like it's boiling. This is a modifier to all your tests with Sir Freyd when it comes to like trusting them and doing things. It's 11.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
That's
yeah,
bad.
I mean it makes perfect sense though. Like it actually makes sense why it's so high. Like I was expecting to get like a 7 or something like that would be like that sounds suspicious, like a pretty reasonably high. But then you got an 11, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, so it's gonna come out eventually, right?
Yeah, he's
That's
not gonna
so
forget
good.
this.
Yeah. Oh boy.
All right. How do you spell his name? Frey. F-R-A.
Like raid with an F.
There we go.
All right. Cool. So Colin, you're intriguing.
Yes. Which not necessarily my strong suit here, but
that was so good, Jim. I'm sorry.
That's good. I love it.
All right, sorry, Colin. Yeah.
Yeah. Essentially, trying to talk to people, not talking to the people that he would marry, but talking to the people whose permission he would have to get to marry, because he definitely sees this as like part of building the house.
Yeah. Okay.
And that is a solid failure.
Yikes. Okay.
Just going up, be like, so tell me about your son, your daughter, whatever you have. Are they available?
Yeah. I think that's what it is. Boy.
Because if intrigue is like being subtle, like
You're doing the opposite of being subtle
Yeah.
here.
Did you see me get knighted? It was pretty great.
Hey, you have not been knighted yet.
Oh, maybe
This is
that's the
beforehand.
faux pas I pull.
Yeah, the faux
It's like
pas
I'm
is-
like, I'm Sir Gareth. They're like, not yet, you're not.
Yeah,
Like,
sir.
in mere hours, I shall be Sir Gareth, and when I am, I shall look for a spouse. Keep me in mind.
You speak pretentiously. Like says like I think it's the wolf is what people call him. He's like their battle master and like a good guy here of Earl Roderick. I think it's Lycus. I think his name's Lycus, so I think people just call him the wolf.
I like that.
Yeah, speak pretentiously here. You know, get out of my table, pup. You know, and you're like, oh my bad.
My hero.
Yeah,
my hero just said this to me.
Yep. You're like, yep. What do you know? I think that's Sir Erwin calling me. Bye.
Yeah, I just walk back to the table. I stand in front of Erwin. I'm like, I open my mouth, Erwin, and most terrible things come out.
Can you actually give yourself a D6 of embarrassed by Sir Lycus? Like,
yeah, all right, directed trait.
Yeah, that might go away, right? But I think right now, like, there's a little awkward stink in the air from that hanging out. So I think that's pretty good, right?
Right, because I obviously didn't go around the back of the table. I walked in front of the table, so I had to pass by like 7 people.
Oh, you know what? Can you also test courtesy?
Fuck, what? I'm okay. Yes.
I think either courtesy or pride here, or of like, like how you let this go.
Their proud is 7, so I will roll that. That's a fail.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. So that's totally fair. It's not like they don't really hate you as a little snotty brat, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I think we just is what it says. I think the D6 embarrass thing of I think it's gonna kind of work both ways against you. Like there's sort of like the little pretentious little pup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
anyway, yeah.
So Owen, I avoided being bitten by the boar, but I found myself bitten by the wolf. I know not what to say to him.
Yes.
In 10 years, I shall muster up the courage to look him in the eyes again.
I'm sure you'll be fine. And Erwin is clearly seething.
Yeah, I'm like trying to follow your eye line, being like, I can't tell who you're staring at, but they seem to be in danger.
It's nothing. It's nothing. No luck on your part then. With well,
yeah. That's awesome.
And he just he's bottling it up.
We have 2 more things to do besides the actual knighting ceremony. Do you reveal how you're bottling this up, or do we just move? Or
maybe not at the feast.
Yeah.
He'd be too embarrassed for himself.
This is where it happens. This is when it happens. Cut to the evening. You're supposed to be knighted kind of like early in the morning, like probably like on a Sunday or something like that. So instead, you obviously have to go like a religious ceremony, and you are supposed to pray with your sword, your armor, and your spurs, and do like a big huge like religious thing, all basically like into the wee hours of the night. But you all have been kind of drinking and you went hunting, like you're all kind of tired. And so can you all just see how pious you are here by rolling energetic, and if you can stay up or not?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Like one of the things I'm good at.
Just see if you. Alternatively, yeah, okay. Do you want to test? If you want to, this is also an opportunity to test your spiritual, like your piety, right? Just if you really like care about God right now and like praying to them.
I don't know that,
because this is kind of like a quiet time of gentle reflection, and then you all can kind of have that sort of intimate moment when you're kind of all like in front of the Holy Trinity. I guess it's Pentecost. It's about to be Pentecost, so I imagine they sort of have like the post-Easter shit up around this time.
Okay, so I think Gareth spends the time actually praying.
Oh, good. And Erwin's talking your ear off while you're praying. Like, listen, I don't want to. Do you open up to him?
I would. Like, I think at that point, because if this is supposed to be a moment of self-reflection, he does not want to enter this with with malice in his
this is the Vigil.
heart. And he just I can't take my mind off the feast. It's useless to try and pray when I feel like this. I'm Gareth. I need. Are you praying? Or
I can keep God in my mind and my ear open to you at the same time.
yes, yes, you can. I can. I find myself unable to focus on matters of divinity at these moments. I'm consumed with anger and rage towards Sir Fraid and his just obliviousness, his foolish behavior in front of her is unbefitting of a knight. And I can't believe that he would seek me for advice. And at this point, like, he's pacing, and Urban has some energy as well, and I think maybe it comes out in these moments. He's clearly agitated, pacing back and forth.
Yeah, you can't sleep because you're super fucking angry.
Yeah, he just keeps thinking about it. He's just like, oh,
I love
it's supposed
it.
to be my time, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it
Don't
feels
think
ruined
as well.
Yeah.
Ah,
I know not
late,
the
certainly.
lady. I know not the lady, and I barely know Sir Fraid. But I do know you, brother. And I know that you are the one who talked me back from drawing the sword.
Yes.
What should I say? If I am you, then you are me. And so, Sir Owen, what advice do you give me? Stirred to bloody passion, what would you say? Would you say, go on, mount your charger and seek him with the bloody tip of a weapon? Or would you say, and I think, Owen, I'm doing this correctly, would you say, wait, sleep for a day, 2 days, a fortnight, and when the opportunity becomes clear, prove yourself his superior. Prove your metal does not bend under weather or strain of battle.
You shame me, but you are right.
No, I don't shame you. And Gareth is going to dig in his pack and pull out the boar tusk and hand it to Erwin. Say, this, I broke the tusk, but you slew the beast. Erwin, take a knife to that, whittle it as you would wood, and once you have whittled it to the shape you desire, give it to the lady.
I'll hold it. Thank you. Thank you. It's the wine, and...
Of course.
Yes. Well.
And if in the meantime you wish me to blow him off his horse at the tilt, just say so.
Perhaps I do. But now let us, with clear conscience, pray and finish our vigil.
Awesome.
He'll grab the tusk.
Yeah. Tinger actually passed out. He's not gonna fight you. Like, forgot.
Oh yeah, no. Gareth does not forget. He doesn't forget these things.
Oh yeah, no. We're not done. It's unfinished business in a way. Yeah. I had half a mind if they would step in the middle of the vigil, but I think they're not dumb enough to do that. Right. So you have to pray for like 4 hours in there, and then they have to pray 4 hours, and another group has to pray 4 hours or whatever. But then there's a moment where, like, you guys get rested up. You get ready. You put on your nice finery, and then you have like the full like actual knighting ceremony where like the herald comes and summons you, right, to come forth and kneel in front of Earl Salisbury. So, and then we have our actual proper knighting ceremony, right, where the herald will call out, so imagine you all kind of get in line, and in the interest of time here, right, it's like, come forth and kneel before the throne. You place the same armor, sword, and spurs that you had that were praying with. You lay them in front of the herald, right, and then the herald reads from a sort of like a large writ. Be it known that I, and then he goes, in the name of the Earl of Salisbury, am minded to raise Sir Erwin, by virtue of his honor, loyalty, valor, skill at arms. to the high rank of knighthood. And then, he calls out to you, Sir Erwin, do you swear to acknowledge the Earl of Salisbury as your true and lawful liege?
I swear.
Do you also swear fealty to Uther Pendragon, to defend and obey him until he depart the throne, or death shall take you?
I swear it.
And then the Earl gets up from his seat and comes over to you, right?
Mm.
And he goes up to you, and he strikes you. And this, you will all know for it, but dramatically, it's a shock. And then the noble says, "Let that be the last blow you receive without just recourse." And then it's like the slap, then it's like a hand up kind of thing, right? And he lifts you up off your knee and says, "Repeat after me. I, Sir Erwin,
Sir Erwin,
do solemnly swear and pledge my sword to Earl Roderick, my liege, to defend and obey him until he depart. Or death shall take me. And to uphold the honor of knighthood. And then the Earl says their part, "I, for my part, do swear and defend the honor of Sir Erwin as befits a true knight." And now then it's, "Arise, Sir Knight." And you turn around and everyone claps. Similarly, then Colin, or Gareth, steps forward, right? And the herald repeats the process. "Come forth and kneel before the throne, and be it all known that I, the Earl," and it goes on. Is it okay if we fast forward?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah. Sorry, I know we started a little bit late today, and so there's a lot to get done, and getting everything done in this time is going to be something we're going to work on. Just for the record, we're not going to be done 485 today. We're going to come back at 485 for next year. So because I really want to do the summer part right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the next ceremonial flourish here is like the leap, which everyone is where you're supposed to hop on your horse, like in the morning. So this is like, then you have a nice breakfast. You're all having, congratulations around, Sir Brian and everybody are around too. They're like, it's pretty good. Actually, like Tinger, I think there's a good moment before we do jump on the horse. Like Tinger would probably come over to you, to both of you who are probably like hanging around. That moment where you didn't really have a chance to talk because you're all in your nice formal attire and you don't want to cause a stick-off or anything like that. But I think Sir Tinger says, "Don't think I forgot about our arrangement."
Nor I.
Didn't want to make a fool of you in front of the Earl.
I did not want you to make a fool of yourself in front of the Earl.
I didn't want you to make a fool of yourself. And he's like, later. as you all get summed to the stables.
I think he's starting to like me.
Cool. Yeah, okay, cool. So just to jump on, so there's a nice little like funny ritual. The knights kind of get all together around the wolf's watching you all. The wolf kind of like got all the horses around for this, right? And you're supposed to be fully armed and decked out, and you're supposed to leap into a saddle.
Nice.
If you make it into the saddle, this is a big deal, and you get extra glory. What this gets represent is it's supposed to be very difficult. But hey, I mean, if you make it to the saddle, you get praised and honored by everybody, and everyone thinks you're awesome. If you don't, everyone laughs at you.
Nice. What are we rolling for that?
It's a dexterity test.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh no.
Right.
But I min-maxed.
All right. Whichever order you all want to do.
Unmodified or?
Oh yeah, it's unmodified.
Oh, thank God. Oh, damn it.
Oh
no.
All right, so you all fuck up. Let's see here.
You might make it.
Bryant fails.
There's only one person I care about succeeding. You know who it is.
Makes it.
God damn. I'm gonna kick his ass.
Sir Frayed also. No, that's Tinger. Tinger's
Oh, you're right.
Right.
Afraid is the one that Erwin hates.
Yes.
Yeah.
And here's Tinger. Fails.
Yes!
Fails worse than you.
Yes,
Ooh.
that's
You
all I
both
care.
fail. Yeah.
Do we fail because we're like eyeballing each other the whole time?
I think so. That makes perfect sense. Ugh.
I'm either gonna kill
That's so
or have
good.
sex with this guy, like one of the two.
Or both.
Both.
Right.
Yeah. But you all gain 1,000 glory from your knighting ceremony.
Nice.
That's good. Let's see. I don't think you gain any. I think I would give Colin. I'll give you an extra point of glory for your spiritual role for making that through. So I actually really like that scene. Just not 10, but like just 1. I like that spiritual part where it's like you're praying and Erwin's like, "Listen, look, I know you're doing your rosary or whatever, but like I cannot let this go. This is ruining my night ceremony." But you maintaining true to your religion there is too. I like that a lot actually. Cool.
Steadfast.
Right. Awesome. So then I know we're going to be running out of time here. So I'm just going to elaborate what's going to happen going forward. So this is the Pentecostal feast and the knighting ceremony of what happens. You all get ready to get sent back home. You're expected to be going to get ready to go on patrol duty at some point. And when you get summoned up by the Earl again, and this is just pretty garrison duty is what you all do as early knights, right? Except no, in your manors. You all are delivered by one of Roderick's courtiers, that Sir Maddox, the son of Uther Pendragon, has arrived in Salisbury, and this is all like an actual letter, but just for interesting conversation. Like Sir Maddox goes, we're going to attack the Saxon King Ale. We're going to march out as soon as these roads are clear and these troops are ready and mustered. We don't need all of the nobles, no doubt. Like, we're doing this, right? And so you're getting like this big letter, like at once, arrive with haste. All knights are to assemble at Salisbury again for apparently under Sir Maddox, and you're all going to be getting summoned for a battle, right? So like all hands on deck battle, which is this kind of comes out of nowhere. You all failed the intrigue test, but maybe this is why the wolf was in such a sour mood, because they were kind of hearing about this earlier, and like were hesitant about doing this, and they were waiting for Maddox to show up.
Yeah, and it explains why Gareth would annoy him so much, right?
Yeah.
This kid is not even a knight yet, and this asshole is what I have to work with in the coming battle. God.
Yep. So going up next week, these pups are going to get thrown into the to an actual battle, the Battle of Merkid Creek. So we're going to be seeing, yes. So I'm going to have the whole battle thing set up for it. I was thinking about maybe abbreviating tonight, but we were having so much fun in like the pre-part of the game that we're just going to do this now. Okay.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Well, this is super fun. So then we'll do the winter session next week. So we're doing the battle winter phase. Okay. Cool. So we're not going to do it at the end of this session, if that's okay with y'all.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, because normally you're supposed to do it at the end of the session and all, but like I feel like because it's our first session and we're a little bit slow about how the rules work, this is gonna get super smoothed out the more we do things, right?
Sure.
So
it's a pretty tight procedure, as I recall.
Cool. But I really like how much you all were leaning into it, and the more we know the system, the more you can kind of like gun for checks, and we can call upon each other for certain checks, being like, I think that's this thing, rather than just like me telling you and dictating it.
Yeah.
Which, that'd be super fun.
You can tell it requires you to sort of a different frame of mind about the interaction between the fiction that you bring and the way the system supports it. Because it would have never occurred to me if there's a suspicion sort of like trait to roll against and see how that affects. That's really cool.
And I mentioned there's the kind of the system makes a distinction between like rolling a trait to see just if it comes up and rolling a trait to see if it changes, because those moments are going to come up where it's not just like, oh, roll to see if you are suspicious. Like roll to see if you give in to your suspicion and you like become more of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's really cool.
To pierce behind the veil a little bit, while all of the knights are going to be summoned into this battle, I think the interesting part here, and I was telling the players this earlier, But just so you all know, like I'm going into it, is that as new squires, they're not going to be trusted to be doing much in a battle, right? You literally have never been in a battle before, in any like significant way, right? You'll have been on patrol before, but nothing other than like a boar, like things like this. This is going to be everyone's kind of first real major taste of battle, and because of that, you're going to be held back intentionally, and how you all deal with that is going to be what's on the docket. Right? Because this is where you get glory. This is where you get known. This is what people are going to be talking about. Uther's here.
We're sitting on our horse as 21-year-old, and I know I have 2 household knights that are twice my age, and they're looking at me for orders because I'm the heir, right? It's my house, and I'm gonna have that pressure of like, we're staying here, uncle. Uncles, both uncles, seasoned 50-year-old men.
Do we have the younger ones with us? Our younger knights as well?
Not all of them. Someone has to stay home.
Sure.
But I don't think it's really important right now. We'll figure it out.
Gotcha.
But for the most part, this is just going to be. But it's pretty much an all hands on deck kind of situation. This is going to be a big significant battle. Uther needs a big W.
Yes.
He needs one up on the board.
Mood.
Yeah. So we're gonna be fighting. We're gonna be fighting over in Sussex, right? I'll have I guess I didn't really need to have the Roll20 screen up here, but if we want to, Merkwood Creek is about here.
Let's see. Oh yeah.
Down there.
Yeah.
That's where this battle is going to be taking place. Somewhere over there. We'll see how the battle skills are going to see how everything's going to be shaking down. For the most part, that's the game here.
Awesome.
That and Winter Phase.
Sweet.
Okay. Good stuff, everybody. After that, things will probably slow down a little bit more. Have a chance to do more like individual events, deal with your own sort of rating, and more of this sort of like trying to marry people, that kind of stuff as that continues too. Okay.
Get those smooches.
Yeah. That was super fun. All right, so that would be today's session. I'm feeling really good about this.
Me too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Let's go reverse order. Jim, tell us who you are. Everything outros.
There we go. So I am WebDM Jim. You can find me over on YouTube at WebDM and occasionally here on Twitch playing some RPGs. And you'll next be able to find me in the wild at PAX U. So maybe we'll see each other there. Here, Colin.
Nice. Oh, looks like we're getting raided. Encounter roleplay. Hey. I am Colin Vulcanet. I am one half of the Phantom Roll Booth. It's a creative firm of me and my partner. We make RPG and RPG adjacent stuff. You can find me here on Saturdays playing Miseries and Misfortunes with Eric. On Thursdays, I run Simbarum over on Unmade Gaming, and that's a lot of fun. And very soon you'll be able to buy my first published adventure as part of the Eat the Rich anthology. It is going to be up on Drive-Thru RPG. It's I'm in volume 3, a Manor Requiem is the name of it. But there are going to be a bunch of volumes. You can buy those, and it's good stuff.
Awesome. And then there's me. I'm EricVulgaris. You already heard the games that I'm in. Let's see. Tuesday. No, tonight I'm doing Wrath and Glory. I forgot. Yeah, tonight Wrath and Glory on Margaret Crone's channel. That's the 40K role-playing game. Excited about that. So I'm going to join us over there in about an hour. But yeah, with that, I'm going to go quickly sculf down some dinner, get energized, pass an energetic test, get ready for that game. Right. Thank you all so much. Sorry we started a little bit late today. We want to continue doing the 2-hour thing starting from like 4 to 6 Pacific, but I appreciate you all being flexible there. All right, with that, we're going to get out of here. All right, so thank you all.